Welcome to KimAppa.
Yeah,
We're here
so
live. You knew I was going to do that.
Yeah. Oh, back again.
It's Jared and Robbie. We're in Dubai. We weren't at the ground because we wanted to come to you straight after the game, and that would have been absolute chaos. I mean, that game looked like absolute chaos. I just watched the whole thing with Robbie, and he spent the whole time going, "There's no way Pakistan can lose."
Fuck off, mate. I said it to him off air. I'll say it on air.
It was India have won the Asia Cup without actually playing
well. Actually, without playing the potential.
Was that a C game for India?
Yeah, that was definitely a C game.
I mean, Shivam Dube had a pretty good game, both sides of the ball.
Shivam.
Varun Chakravarti he got hit a little bit.
Yeah, but he came back well.
Akshar bowled okay, didn't he?
Akshar bowled well. Kuldeep came back strongly. Yeah. The minute he started bowling defensively, I felt, oh shit, this is trouble. But I think after he got that first wicket, then he went back to being aggressive again, which again got him 3 more wickets in that over. And I thought that was good for him. Bumrah, we knew. I called it.
You did say
I said he'll get 2 wickets. He'll get 2 wickets in the death.
But you'd still say.
But Pakistan did Pakistan things, guys. Come on.
I mean, India did India things, though, of recent times. This is how both of these teams have been playing. Pakistan probably should have made 180. If they make 180, easily. I don't think India get anywhere near that, do they? 12
overs, 113 for 2, 113 for 1.
It was something like that.
Shit.
I don't have the scorecard in front of me.
At least get 180.
Yeah.
You should get 180.
It was a proper chaos game. At what stage did you think that Pakistan was definitely going to win, Robbie?
No, at no stage. At absolutely no stage.
No, but there was that.
So there was a moment when they lost 3 wickets in the power play, and I was like, this is not good because statistically, it's not like for India, it's not good statistically when you're chasing a game, especially in a big game. When you lose 3 wickets in that first 6 overs, it pegs you back statistically. So they've gone against the grain of the stat there. That partnership between Sanju and Tilak was crucial. And you needed one guy to stand up and be the hero, and Tilak, I think, has been just head and shoulders above anyone else tonight. And I think in the whole tournament, actually, in the big games, he's someone who's actually done really, really well for India. He absorbs pressure really well.
Well, I think the absorb pressure thing is really interesting because I thought what I really liked about the way he went about today was he went, this is just one we have to take it deep.
Yeah.
Right. Like sometimes you think, oh no, we can go out, and he was just like. No. Sadly not. This is where we have to take it deep. And it wasn't a particularly easy pitch to score on late. So it's a bit of a risk taking it deep, right?
Yeah.
And he did it really well.
Yeah, he actually did it really well. I thought the fact that he, from the get-go, the intention was to take it deep. So he took his time to get in, score the odd boundary here and there, didn't play the risky pick-up shots, just kept low risk and score boundaries along the ground, played a good sweep shot to Nawaz, I think, when he came on to bowl the 7th over.
There was like a sweep shot first ball, wasn't there? I can't remember who the bowler was, but you're right.
It's quite tricky.
Even when he went outside off stump, when they were bowling wide and to the pace bowlers later on, right? And he went right out and started flicking the balls, like just genius.
Yeah, that was nice. And initially it didn't really come off for him.
No, he didn't get a lot of runs off it, but it meant that they couldn't bowl with that field anymore, right?
Yeah, and I just thought the way India batted at the top, as in obviously Pakistan came with a different plan this time. They came with the slower balls, and the wicket actually got slower as the day progressed. And I think as the day wore on, you felt like the dew came back on. It's probably got a little bit better to bat on after a bit. It came onto the bat a bit.
Do you think Pakistan outbowled India today? I think they read the pitch better.
Yeah, they did. Certainly a lot more well prepared than India were. India probably thought that they would probably not bat as well as they did. But I think that first 10 overs shook India up a little bit. And they needed to get in to the game in some format. And Pakistan always have a way of letting people into the game.
Several times. But it's interesting, like you go back and it's like that Fahim, was it first ball he bowled? So it was the 7th ball of their innings when he bowls the slow ball. And you're like, they've just worked this out, haven't they? And he got Shivam with the slow ball. I thought there was plenty of stuff.
That's actually well disguised slower ball as well, eh?
Well, it's late, isn't it? Because he's here, and then it really, because some guys sort of cock the wrist all the way back.
Yeah, he didn't do that. He holds it upright, and then it's just like a roll of the wrists at the, just as he's delivering the ball, right? So
he does seem to have eye makeup on.
He does.
He does look like a goth. Has anyone covered? Has anyone done a long history for him to see if he's a goth? Because my God, his eyes are so deep. I find it hard to.
Some of the shit this guy notices while we're watching the game is just freaking hilarious, man.
I find it hard to analyze cricket when all I can see is eyeliner. Right? Like there's a lot of. of that there. But I want to go back to his game. He's had a fascinating game because he does end up bowling quite well, gets him into it. Then he has the cramp episode, of course, which was hilarious. And we all like cramp. More cramp in cricket.
No. I've been on the receiving end.
Oh my God, I hate cramp so much. But then, do you remember his shot?
Which one?
So he got the half volley from Dube.
Yeah.
Where you just like, so Deepak's with us. He's upstairs. I don't know why he hasn't come out just to walk around behind us, but we were watching it, and you left the room to go.
No,
he had another business meeting.
No, I went at the loo. He hit a shot, and as soon as he hit it, like, there is no way that's not going to long off.
Yeah, like
what
is the option? Like they kept showing the replay, and I was thinking, what is he thinking here? Where does he think he's going to do it? The S tier of that shot just goes over the top of Longoff's head.
Yeah.
Right, like just over the top. Like it's such a weird shot where if he opens his wrist, he can hit it over cover. He can whack it straight if he wants.
He didn't read the ball, so for him, the option of opening the wrists or hitting it over the top just wasn't there. He just kind of swung.
He saw a half volley, didn't he? And punch through.
Yeah.
But you look at that Pakistani batting, and there was a lot of nervous Indian fans early on. Not yourself, obviously, but other people, your wife. But I was looking at it, and I kept saying the same thing, didn't I? They're not over 9 runs and over.
No, they're not.
And they can never go past it.
You were actually saying it throughout, right? He was saying throughout that, listen, they look like they're going great guns, but they're not even over 9 runs and over the whole time, right? And I was like, yeah, that's an interesting point because it seems like they're going gung-ho, but they weren't really going gung-ho.
They play so many shots. There's so much huff and so little puff.
Yeah.
Was it the other way around?
Yeah, it's all or nothing, right?
Wait, let me think about it. Huff or puff? I don't know.
Huff and a puff. It's both.
You know what I mean? Like they make a lot of noise, Pakistan, and then you look up and you're like, they're going at 8.5 and over, and you're like, well, that's what a normal cricket side should be doing.
In the T20 game, right?
Hatham Nasunka would be doing this if he was trying to be an anchor. Right? But he'd be doing it with at least stylish shots where they're throwing themselves at these balls, and then because they throw. So I don't know. Varun's not working with us tonight. Well, actually, he's in the chat, so he should have done this tonight. Yeah. But I think he sent us a message that said that halfway through the innings, throughout the whole series, Pakistan has averaged 16 when playing attacking shots.
Yeah.
You can't average 16 when playing attacking shots.
But that's the thing, they're so all or nothing with their approach with batting that it feels like in the over they're doing a lot, but the returns are not really much. And you know that you can always kind of feel like you're at the edge of a sicket, right? That's a new word that our friend here has taught me. It's a 6 or a wicket. I was like, 6 or a wicket. Oh, it's a sicket. So like this is a 6 or a wicket moment. You're like, yeah, sicket. Yeah, we've heard a lot of that. So then I learned a new word today, which I'm going to use in broadcasting when I can.
You have to.
Yeah, I will.
This is the first time we've watched the game together. It was actually
it's actually quite
when you weren't on the phone or doing business deals.
Come on, I was not on the phone. I was not on the phone the whole time. Such a pain in the ass.
I am. I just think it's a fascinating game all the way through because of that collapse again. And it comes back to what we were saying, that when they play attacking shots, it's so dangerous. Yeah. There's no technique. And you and I talked about this with the first Pakistan game, right?
Yeah.
We haven't moved on at all. And, this is a ground we were talking about it before. And I've been an analyst there and, you've played there before. There's no hiding on the balcony.
No.
Because the whole thing is like in front of the glass.
Yeah.
And like Mike Hess, we saw like Mike Hesson age all the way through this game because they were in front and they just kept giving India a chance to come back, right?
Yeah. And that's also one of the things with Pakistan, right? I think when they bat, they've got the ability to bat really well, but I think one of the things they deeply miss is the fact that they are not calm at all when they're batting.
No.
There is no sense of calm whatsoever when they're batting, and so because of that, the opposition team always feels like there is a chance here.
Yep.
Right, for them to make an error because it could be rush of blood or it could be lack of judgment in a moment where they could be back in the game, and that's exactly what India did. They got in when what was his name? Sahibzada got out. Yeah, the first wicket is Sahibzada. I don't know what his second name is, but when Sahibzada got out.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry, I was trying to work out which wicket
he got a 15 and got out.
Yeah.
He even got a 15, 36 balls, 37 balls?
Yeah. His rate was fine. But again, it's not groundbreaking, is it?
And so then Harris comes in at number 3, gets out for 0.
Siam came in next. He did okay, and then Harris came in and failed.
No, I think Harris came in first, didn't he? And then Siam came in.
I know. It's like we weren't watching this game. I think that the point I would make is that, Fucker never really got ahead of the rate. Right?
Yeah, but Fucker is also, I think, when those 3 wickets fell for them, then he had to move into an anchor role.
Oh, no, I'm not having a go at him. But what I mean is, like, again, they're not putting any pressure back on India. So if I'm India, as long as, I think you talked about it one stage, Chakravarti, I think, struggled for a little bit.
Yeah.
Kuldeep obviously got all defensive and got weird. But the thing is, and I've seen this so many times in this tournament, where India's like, we just need to wait.
Yeah.
This team, it doesn't matter if it's Pakistan or Bangladesh or Sri Lanka, they're just waiting for these teams to collapse because they know that they're not strong enough.
Yeah.
And there's a point which, was it 3 wickets down or 4 wickets down, where they had Salman Al-Aghi and Mohammad Nawaz batting together. And I just said to you, well, what do they think they're going to do here?
Yeah, nothing.
Are they going to single them to death?
Yeah.
Like, there's no, they either go from, there were balls down the leg side that they were turning for one when you could throw your bat at them. And then they were trying to slog really good deliveries. There's no method to any of this.
No, there is. And we've been saying that from the first game, right? We've been saying that there isn't a method to the madness with which they're playing. And they don't really have a plan. The plan is go hard. Like, it's all or nothing. And even that would work to a certain degree if there was a sense of calm about it.
Yeah.
And because that's remiss there, then you always know that the opposition's in with a chance. And for a moment there, in the 8th over, it felt like India were panicking. It's like, okay, we gotta figure something out here.
Yeah.
But once they got a look in that 12th over, 12.5, I think, and then after that, it was.
It feels like once you open the flood gates, they just completely come open, right? And we've seen that again. What about Shivam Dube's game? So, not expecting to bowl all that much.
Maybe an over.
Yeah. Suddenly he's the new ball bowler, and then he's very important at the end as well. We know he's a highly talented cricketer, but he's also quite limited in the way that he plays. But that, in the end, he's had a huge impact on a game where not that many Indians played very well.
Yeah, he actually did. I actually thought he absorbed pressure really well, notwithstanding his limitations when it comes to running between the wickets or turning.
Running between the wickets? Is that moving between the wickets? He is a bit like a Mack truck, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's like he goes into the crease and then he comes slowly around.
Yeah, he takes an eternity to turn around, right? And his turning speed is really bad. And he almost sold Tilak down the river there. I was like, oh my God, dude, that's the one aspect you can work on. Just go back to the training fields that actually work on that. Training grounds that actually work on that stuff, right? Turning speed. You can actually it's a skill that you can learn.
Yeah.
Put the effort into it, right? But I don't know, it's not happened yet.
But I mean, it's an important game for him because I think that last World Cup, he was kind of in the middle ground a little bit.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in great form in the IPL of recent times. He's had to step up with the ball in this tournament, not just today, but certainly more so today. And then he plays the innings. But you also see the other side. You see that frustration where you and I were sitting there. Like, there were balls where if the ball's not in his area, he doesn't even try and hit it for a boundary.
Yeah.
And you just like, that's what you have to do.
Like what you said in the ball after he hit that 6 in that over, right, to Fahim, the one he missed.
Yeah.
Like, if he hit that extra cover, that was 4 more.
And it's a perfect.
Even the ball he got out, if he tried to hit that just right over the
he had 2 shots he could hit over the offside.
That was 4 or 6.
And you notice that there's that replay that we're talking about is really, really illustrative of he is not looking at the ball, right? And he's looking at the ball, but he's looking
not all the way through.
Yeah, he's looking over deep mid wicket, and it's just like you've got to be able to bring that back. But I think this goes down as maybe this is one of those games that he needs. But he's not young either, is he? He's 31.
No, he's slightly older than that.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he was able to, no, he's not older than me. Just the fact that he was able to absorb pressure for me, I think was quite good. And India needed that. They did have Akshar Patel and Rinku behind him.
Yeah.
But you needed that partnership after Sanju got out. Because at that point, if you lost back-to-back wickets, it would have been dangerous. So you need someone to absorb the pressure, hang in there, take it to the end a little bit, score, and take the pressure off Tilak, so that it just felt like it was easy to at the back end. Because like when you saw the momentum of the game go, it was 3 overs, 30 runs to win. Even if you broke it down, we were discussing.
Yeah,
we were like,
doing the maths.
They're just 4 hits away, right, from winning the game. And it was like we knew that there were going to be white balls there, and you needed someone to just kind of support Tilak a little bit. Even if you broke it down over-wise, you'd be like, okay, you need 10 runs and over. If you were batting as a death batter, would you back yourself to get 10 runs and over for 3 overs in a row? You'd be like, heck yeah, man. You'd be looking to get at least 40.
Yeah.
If you're batting first in the last 3 overs, you give yourself a chance to get 40.
It was a wicket though that was tough to get. There was that period where I said to you, I think the air might have gone out of the ball because they kept mishitting it out, especially to long off and long on, and usually when you see that, it means that the ball's just gone a bit soft and the wicket's starting to do that. It has been a wicket all the way through that's done that. So I actually think they deserve more credit for the chase towards the end.
Yeah.
So I don't think in this tournament there were that many times we saw a lot of boundaries towards the end of these games. And India struggled in the Bangladesh game. Pakistan struggled a couple of times in this tournament. Bangladesh themselves struggled. So to be able to get over the line when the ball, it's not like the ball's flying through.
Yeah, it was out and out a struggling World Cup. Asia Cup, wasn't it? Everyone kind of struggled through.
Yeah.
And I think the team that struggled the best kind of won it. You know?
Grit and grime.
Yeah, grit and grime. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. I think they always kind of banked, and you were calling it while he was bowling, wasn't it? Was what's his name? Harris Roth.
Yeah.
Yeah, just all along, he was saying, Harris Roth is bowling, man. And Harris Roth is going to bowl right up there to them, and then he's going to give the most runs. And kind of gave it.
Well, my theory was not that he's a bad bowler, but that pitch doesn't really help his skill set.
Doesn't help his skill whatsoever.
And so you look at Fahim, and Fahim's a handful on that wicket, whereas you put Fahim on a PSL wicket or on an IPL wicket, like pick the ball up from whichever stand.
Slower balls are not gripping at all.
Exactly. Whereas in this pitch it was, and you watch before Harris Roth came on, I said to you, that's the game, right?
Yeah.
If he bowls well, Pakistan probably win this, and instead he could never do it. And the other thing is, was it his last ball or his second last ball of the second over?
Last ball.
Yeah.
6.
When he gets it wrong,
given only
it's
like
so wrong.
5 runs in that over so far,
Like he'd done the right thing. I know he'd bowled the weird wide and everything, but he'd done the right thing. But he really has struggled of just the ability to go his 6 balls in the right area all the way through.
But that's also misread, right, by the captain. I think Salman actually.
Oh yeah, you said this. Yeah, because the numbers wrong.
Yeah, because he could have easily finished him off 16 and 18.
Yeah.
Or 16 and 18, and used 17.
Yeah. So if he bowled 16 and 18, then Fahim could have bowled one and Shaheen could have bowled the other.
Yeah.
And instead he bowled Shaheen much earlier. And then they got
they had to bowl Harris Roth for 18 and 20, right? You wanted someone.
And on another wicket, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But on this pitch, it wasn't the right call.
Because the wicket also got better to bat on after the first 10 overs, right? Then the second, I think from the 13th, 14th over, it got better to bat.
If you weren't bowling slower balls, right?
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah.
So no, I think it's a fascinating.
And he tried to bowl a slower ball. The last ball that, like the last 6 in the 6 that Tilak hit in the last over, that was a length ball that he just kind of picked it up over square leg. That was actually a slow ball.
Yeah.
And like, what? Yeah, granted, he had only 4 fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
Yeah, I mean, that was the other thing it's worth talking about. In this tournament, we've seen these games go forever. Like, I don't know what time. I've got to go to the airport in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, after this,
That's how long this game went.
Yeah, but he's got another live after this, so he's
obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at that sort of situation, and you look at the way that the game went, and it's like them making that mistake when they needed that at the end, because when they were bowling wide outside off stump, that ball was a little bit soft, and you saw Shubman and Tilak really struggle to get the boundaries over the offside, which is why Tilak's playing all those shots. They couldn't do that once the extra fielder was changed, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a huge difference, and it's probably, I don't want to say it's cost Pakistan the game, but it certainly cost them a big chance of winning the game.
No, of course it costed Pakistan.
It cost them the game.
Yeah, for sure, it costed Pakistan.
Upstairs, you said Pakistan should have won.
And that's getting old now, buddy. But of course, it's cost Pakistan the game. I think that's where you take responsibility, as I think some of the fielders, the infielders, the wicketkeeper takes the onus in saying, making sure you change. It's 20 overs, just moving back and forth quickly after the over. Let's make it a priority. But again, like these are typical things of Pakistan doing Pakistan things.
Well, also Fahim's hamstring, does that, or
he's that be counted as injury time, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny, right? We play the game for so long, but these nuances of the game we have no clue about.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because generally you do take him out with injury, but I wonder does cramp count as an injury?
No, it's just time delay.
Yeah, so I don't know, but again, it's a fascinating part of the end of the game.
But they were late even before that, though.
Oh no. They brought it on themselves.
Because that happened for like 5 minutes.
If you get yourself that close to the end, right, you're already in trouble. Yeah. And then, on these big grounds, especially when the ball gets soft, what you really want is the ability to be able to cover the whole ground. Because also, Shivam Dube can't run 2s.
No, he can't. And that's the whole thing, right? The one that he almost sold Tilak down the river, that for me was an easy 2. He should have gotten
Was that a third that they were going for?
No, second.
No.
That was a second. It went off his edge. It was an edge that...
You're right, it was a 2.
Yeah, it was a 2.
I was thinking it was a third.
No, it was a 2.
How could they not have run 2 there?
Yeah.
That other one too, when there was a misfield and he was like, because he'd mishit his shot.
And then he was just like, he was just looking at the other end. I was like, oh my God, just run, man.
There's a couple of other things I want to talk about sort of going ahead to the future here. Sanju Samson, again, did not look
convincing, but and for me, my concern for him was when the spinners were bowling. Because I think as far as fast bowlers are bowling, once he's set, he's very reliable. But when the spinners are bowling, he can misjudge not misjudge, but he can jump the gun a little bit. But today he was a lot better. I think even when he got out, as in he just hit a 6 he finished the over off with a 6. I felt he could have just kind of pasted a little bit more, but he probably felt, okay, maybe it's time to go. The idea was right, the execution was off, so I wouldn't kind of fault him too much.
You're going to give him a couple more games still?
Yeah, still. Okay. Yeah.
The other side,
because he kept well.
No.
Fairness. He kept well and took some good catches today as well.
I just remembered Mohammed Harris missed that run out as well when he just missed the stumps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very Pakistan.
Yeah.
But the other thing I was going to mention is that there are some good signs here for Pakistan in that Saeem Ayub and Abrar, like as a partnership, work quite well together.
Yeah,
right?
and they underused Nawaz today, actually.
Yeah, I think that was because for the Gautam Gambhir ran out of right-handers.
Well, that too, but I thought Abrar could have bowled the 7th over outside the power play. That would put a lot more pressure on India, right? And then you could have used Nawaz, and that way you could have actually utilized your spinners a little bit more and bowled a little less of Harris Roth, because once his first 2 overs went for 26, you should have thought about where can I bring the spinners on. But if he'd used, I think, Nawaz a little bit more, he would have got that cushion to actually take the game, as in maybe give themselves a chance to take that game a little bit more to the death.
Yeah, but I think going ahead, I think it's an interesting one because
he bowled 1 over for 6 runs and 3 dot balls.
I thought he bowled really well in his over, right? Like, and also I thought Akshar bowled well, so I would have gone with the left-arm finger spinner again because I thought the traditional finger spinners were getting more purchase off. You know, there was
something in the wicket, the hold.
Yeah,
the hold was there.
So I could see that, but if I'm Pakistan, I'm at least going, well, there's something that we're starting to understand because this is a fact-finding mission, and they almost stole the Asia Cup. Well, and they didn't deserve it.
Well, listen, if that's how they're going to see it, they're going to perceive this as like knowing Pakistan and the fans and how they feel about and how passionately they feel about the game. They're going to look at this as, they're going to say, oh, we missed a big opportunity here, right? But if they're realistic about this team's chances moving forward from here, they should be like, this is a developmental team. There are a lot of pieces that need to fall into place for this team to be a championship contending side. Right? Yes, they're probably the second best side in Asia right now, but the other Asian teams are really not up to scratch, to be very honest. And they are also they're also a work in progress, to be very honest. A lot of teams. India in this tournament has seemed a little bit work in progress.
Well, that was going to be my next question about India. So if you can almost take the positives out of this with Pakistan because we didn't expect them to get this close to winning. We've got plenty of questions with their batting and obviously some other things as well. But what about India? Because is this just a series where they had 4 or 5 guys not in form? Is it as simple as that? Because they were pretty short favourites to win the World Cup, not that long ago. If I'm South Africa or Australia at the moment, I'm looking at that going, that feels like a beatable side at the moment.
Yeah, but especially when you don't have someone like a Hardik Pandya in there.
Well, that changed today.
It changed a lot. And I think not having Arshdeep in there, for me, is a miss. But how do you get someone like him in?
It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard. It's very hard. But you want to have someone like him in. But if you have to bring him in, you got to leave a Shivam Dube or an Akshar Patel out, right?
And they like that extra batting as well, don't they?
Yeah, they actually like the extra batting. So it's quite challenging how they're going to manage that. I think that will add a lot more oomph to the Indian team. Maybe for Surya, I'm not opposed to him batting at number 3, but maybe if it's not working, maybe try number 4.
So tell me why number 4.
One, because I feel with the fact that you have, and simply because one because he's not in the best form at the moment, right? And he's trying, like he likes to play a lot of shots from the get-go, so he wants that. But when you're not in form, you probably want to give yourself a little bit more time. And at least when you're with the way India have been batting in the first 6 overs, they go hammer and tongs. So you don't have the luxury of just kind of taking your time to get in a little bit, because you like, for example, if like today when Abhishek got out, Shubman is also the kind of batter who's not going to go from the first ball. He's going to take his time to get in a little bit. That means Surya would have to take the onus on himself as the captain to play aggressive cricket, right? Maybe if the wicket falls early, then you send someone like a Sanju in at number 3.
Well, he kind of ended up batting number 3 today just because they lost so many wickets.
Yeah, he came in at what,
fourth over? Yeah.
Yeah, so there's work for India to do as well. There's a lot that they need to figure out, especially if Surya is not in great form.
What do you think about the Bumrah 3 overs in the power play? Because if this
today he bowled 2 though.
No, today he bowled 2, but he bowled 3 pretty much all the way through.
Yeah, and that's because I think Hardik, they're looking at Hardik as the death bowler, right?
Yeah, but I understand all that, but I think they need to get 2 overs out of if they're going to go with a spin-heavy lineup, they've got to get 2 overs out of their spinners, I think, at the top. Or Hardik and Shivam Dube bowl
1 over each, yeah. And
so
I think
Hardik
today
bowls
was
2, Shivam bowls 1, and Hardik and Jasprit bowls 2.
Bowls 2 and Varun bowls 1.
No, we've already got 6.
2, 6, correct.
Do we have 6? No. Maybe we do have 5. No, you're right. Varun bowls 1. You were right the first place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Varun or Aksar.
But it doesn't matter to me which one
Varun or Aksar.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. You play that on ear, don't you? And you have a look at the wicket and everything else, and you make that. But my point being is, I think they've looked. They haven't taken a lot of wickets in the power play anyway, right? So they've been using extra Bumrah without getting the wickets. I just think that.
And Bumrah is also not full tilt yet. As in, you can see the difference, right? As in, he was much bigger when he came to England. Now he's gotten a lot more leaner. Today he looked really lean as well. You saw Bumrah maybe from pre-injury, you know. And it takes time for a fast bowler to come to full tilt. And I think it takes maybe 9 to 12 months for him to fully trust his body and be completely injury-free. So you probably start seeing maybe a little bit more of the Bumrah, the old, as we move forward.
Well, what's interesting is, you and I talked about this recently I probably wouldn't play him against the West Indies. But watching him bowl at the moment, he kind of has to play against West Indies. I feel like he has to get some more rhythm. He's just not quite Bumrah at the moment, is he?
Yeah, maybe not both the matches, but...
No, not both. But I wouldn't have bowled him in either. I'd never bowl him again. I'd only bowl him for I would wheel him out very carefully for 1 over at a time.
I would actually utilize him more in away tours, unless there's an important home series happening against Australia or England or South Africa. I would actually use him a lot more on the away tours, again to England or South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, on those kind of tours.
Asia Cup's over. How do you feel?
Well, tick in the box. I was a little worried there in between. I was like, oh, I'm going to get trolled for everything I'm saying.
You're finally admitting that.
I was like, guys, just take it over the line now. This is getting a bit much. But when they were 3 overs 30, I was like, okay, we should be home all right.
I think we know exactly what we knew about the other Asian teams before, which is some of them are trying to get better and they're thinking of some things, but they are so far behind where India was. India really had a poor tournament.
Yeah, and still end up winning.
And didn't lose a game, right?
Yeah.
So and in T20 cricket, you really shouldn't be that poor for that long, or have that many players out of form for that long and not win. So for me, I think it's a really, really interesting one. I like the fact that it's come before a World Cup and everything. Maybe if I'm an India fan and I'm being optimistic, I'm going, do you know what? We didn't play very well. We've learnt more things. Now we can go ahead and everything else. And if I'm an Indian fan and I'm pessimistic, I'm like, this team doesn't look like the well-oiled machine that we were hoping it would be.
No, they will be. I think, first couple of games, they were pretty clinical. I think it suddenly seems they're quite dependent on Abhishek at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big question, though, isn't it?
This is the only game where Abhishek didn't really come off.
Yeah, I think if you look at Abhishek and you also look at the 2 things that you kind of say that they can win games with as sort of that Bumrah, Varun Chakravarti, Kuldeep sort of triumvirate, right? And
Hardik as well, because Hardik has this uncanny ability.
Oh, no, but I think he's good. But those other 3 can just shut down the game at any time. And Abhishek's the guy with the bat who can just change the game.
Yeah.
At the moment, you don't look at the rest of that lineup and be like, are they going to do the same? We know they can because they have before.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think you have to worry about that. If you're a Sri Lankan fan, you are probably thinking that it still looks good on paper. It was great in the first part of the tournament, and then they lost the plot until they played India at the end. So I don't think, if I'm a Sri Lankan fan, I feel any better or worse than I did beforehand.
Yeah, for them, I think it's a learning curve. And I think I said this, I don't know if I said this on the pod or I said it on air, where I said, they need to take a little bit more ownership when they play cricket. Like they need to own their positions in their team, right? And say, I'm going to do it. Like take that ownership and say, I'm going to do it for my team. Guys like Asalanka, guys like Kusal Mendes, Pereira, Patan Nisanka. I like Nuwan Tusara. Chamira looks like he's turning up.
Yeah, finally.
This tournament, he's really turned up. He's been really impressive. As far as the spinners go, Hasaranga has been on and off for them. But I think
the fact that him and Tikshana have never really had a great tournament together. Is just...
Yeah.
I don't know if that's bad luck or whatever, but at a certain point, if they'd had one great tournament together, maybe things are different.
Yeah, for sure.
Bangladesh hitting sixes, but still have a long way to go.
No process for Bangladesh. I feel like they're again a lot like Pakistan, a lot like very much hit or miss outside of Liton Das and maybe one more batter there. I think Hridoy has got a little bit. Saif was pretty decent. I think,
well, he came in out of nowhere. So they're happy with that.
He was quite good at the back end, but I think outside of them, like really, there's no method to the madness. And I truly hope that they can figure out a way to just kind of set some processes in place to how they can give themselves a chance to be successful. Their bowling, I think they need to have, what's our fast bowler's name? The right-hand tall fast bowler. Yeah.
Tanzid? No.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
He's good, isn't he?
He's good.
I should get him more often.
Yeah. He should play every game.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be the one sitting out if... Taskin Ahmed.
Taskin Ahmed's good.
Yeah.
Well, they've still got... I mean, I know he hasn't done well in T20 at the moment, but Nahid Rana is still available to them if they need him to come in. So they've got some flexibility with their bowling. Pakistan we've already talked about. Like, it's a team in process. The problem is that I can't see their batting being particularly better in the world. Maybe they won't go out to attacking shots as much, but they're still going to do the same thing, which is dot ball, try hit six. Dot ball, try hit six. I don't see anything changing between now and the World Cup.
No.
So I could see that. Afghanistan, any final thoughts?
For them, I think their batting needs to turn up a little bit. The bowling's been doing fairly well, but I think their batting, I think that approach is a little too, for this era, a little too sedentary. I think they need to bat a little bit more aggressive.
Jonathan Trott has trotted the team too much, hasn't he? I mean,
they are trotting when they're batting.
Yeah, and in one-day cricket, it makes a bit more sense. They need to find, what's the next one up from a trot? Is it like a gallop?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about horses?
Not much.
We'll see you again next time on KimAppa. Thanks to everyone. Obviously, this is a live episode. We can't do as many questions from the room or anyone, but we'll be back again next week for more of KimAppa with Jared and Robbie.